This fascinating story is about teenagers switching bodies. Once in her neighbor's body, the girl didn't know how to deal with typical boy problems. She was a very proper girl and demanded exemplary behavior from the boy. However, the hero thought differently. He was making the most of the fact that he had moved into the girl's body, having fun with the local bad boy and cheerleaders. At some point, the guys went back into their bodies. This is Emily Recaps. I will tell you how the characters managed to deal with how their lives changed and what the body swap of each of them led to. Enjoy the movie. The film begins with Neil reading Romeo and Juliet. At this time, her neighbor, Woody, is dancing in his room half-loud music. The girl asks the guy to turn off the track. He agrees if the neighbor shows her girls. An indignant Nell closes the window, but her shirt is caught, and she still showed the neighbor her charms. In the morning, the heroine wakes up and greets the cat. Woody is awake, too. The guy relieves his stress before class. Nell has breakfast with her family, Ted and Catherine. She got a letter from Yale. The girl is happy. Next week, she has an interview at the university. Woody also has breakfast with his family. His mother, Dalla, has made scrambled eggs. The boy's father, Stan, reminds the hero for the upcoming football match. Nell goes to the bus stop and repeats the speech on the assigned lesson. She missed the bus. Woody is picked up by his mate, Harry. They are driving a sports car and enjoying the music. The guys see Neil. They decide to play a prank on her and douse her with water from a puddle. The heroine is shocked. She came to school with an original hairstyle. Everyone looked at the girl, and one classmate, Blixen, complimented her. In the school corridor, the heroine met a neighbor with a girlfriend. The guy apologized for the situation with the puddle, but Nell realized that his apology was insincere. In class, the teacher was explaining the topic of the lesson to the class. Neil was distracted, and a neighbor downloaded a link on her computer with racy pictures of men. After class, Brianna was telling Woody about how they should dress up for prom. The teacher took the class on a field trip to the museum. He assigned them paired assignments. Woody and Neil had to work in pairs. The boys started arguing at an ancient statue. They said some nasty things to each other and left. In the evening, Woody danced at his window again. Nell read her letter to Yale. The boys fell asleep, but something happened. In the morning, the hero woke up and didn't find his aubergine downstairs, but he did find 2 melons. In the reflection of the mirror, he saw his neighbor. Nell, on the other hand, was surprised to see the welcome counter from the morning. The guys looked out the window and saw each other. They decided to get together quickly and talk. Woody was struggling with his bra and decided not to bother with the extra clothing. Nell was trying to deal with a protruding aubergine. Nell's mother made her daughter eat porridge. The heroine ate meat for breakfast, which the boy was used to. They both didn't like the food. Woody's friend came to pick up the boy at the house. Neil got in the car to get to school. Woody saw the neighbor in his body drive away with his friend. He hurried to the bus, but he was late. The guy swore. A passerby made a remark because Woody looked like a girl and young ladies don't express themselves rudely. At school, the boys met on the football field. They tried to figure out the relationship, but could not figure out how they could switch bodies. The heroes decided to wait. Nell tried to go to the toilet and promised herself not to eat any more wieners. In class, the teacher asked the girl about the greatest American. Since the heroine had Woody in his body, he talked about J.Lo. Nell was outraged. By his behavior, the neighbor was ruining her reputation. At lunch, the guy's girlfriend invited him to have fun at her house. Nell resented Brianna's easy access. The boyfriend's friend reminded him about the extra practice. On the field, the team was warming up before the game. The heroine wasn't having a good game. The coach reprimanded her after class. Harry walked over to give his friend some advice. The guy was out of his underwear. He offered to rub his helmet for good luck. The next morning, nothing changed. Woody met his neighbor outside the school. He was dissatisfied with the heroine's skills in playing football. The girl dressed up the guy's body to her liking. With this, the hero was also not agree. He decided to teach the neighbor a lesson. The next day, Woody put a Frank outfit on Neil's body. The heroine was horrified at what the guy was doing in her body. He was devouring hot dogs, pouring sauce over them. To reduce the ardor of her neighbor, Nell also spoiled his reputation in the school circle, and in the loo, she complimented a classmate's aubergine. Woody, on the other hand, was enjoying his personal hygiene in the girls' locker room. After class, Nell broke up with the guy's girlfriend. Woody was angry. He left with a biker to have some fun. At home at a classmate's house, the hero quickly changed his mind. Della noticed that something was happening to her son. The The woman supported him. Woody changed his mind about giving his flower to his classmate and ran away from the trailer. In the next scene, Nell was driving with Harry to school. She suggested that the guy diversify his taste in music. The guy, on the other hand, told gossip about the heroine. Everyone in the school talked about it. The girl cried on the stairs. The teacher was surprised to see the crying football player. In the corridor, the heroes met. Nell was offended by the way her neighbor did to her body. Woody admitted that he hadn't had fun with a classmate. He went to the gym to deal with the gossip. The hero wanted to hit the basketball player, but he was stronger. Then he was hit by Neil. After the couple got revenge on their classmate, they remembered that they argued in front of the statue of the sorcerer the night before the body swap. The heroes went to the museum to rectify the situation. They told the statue about how close they had become, but nothing changed. Later, at a coffee shop, the boys discussed how they could help each other. After class, Woody coached his roommate to perform decently at the match. Nell was preparing the guy for his interview at Yale. As the guy was moving into Neil's house, the neighbor asked the guy for advice on how to deal with an aubergine in the morning. The hero advised relaxing or imagining something unpleasant. Nell went downstairs for a drink of water. The boy's father told her about being friends with Nell's father, but Catherine stopped their communication. The next day, Woody came to school wearing Neil's usual clothes. On the parapet, he saw Harry's girlfriend. The girl found out that her boyfriend was cheating on her. She confessed that she was afraid of becoming invisible. Chanel invited a classmate to a pajama party. Brianna was not pleased by the presence of a classmate. After talking, the girls decided to have some fun. Elle and Harry watched the beauties. The heroine tried to convey to the guy the value of his relationship with Chanel, but the friend wanted to have fun. At the pajama party, Woody tried to find out about how Brianna felt about him. It turned out that the girl was only with him because of the guy's status on the sports team. The girls suggested that the hero get rid of the excess in the bikini area. Woody agreed. The new girlfriends were going to make Neil's body a Brazilian haircut. Meanwhile, Nell was relaxing in a bar with her neighbor's friends. The girls held the hero and put a gag in his mouth. Having finished, they showed the result of their labors. After the bar, Harry and Nell walked home drunk. In the morning, Woody helped his neighbor deal with her hangover. In the afternoon, they worked out on the beach. Woody noticed that his body reacted strangely to Neil's body. He assumed that the girl had a crush on him. The guys continued their workout and had a great time. In the evening, Nell climbed through her bedroom window to Woody's. The guy was going to a job interview. His neighbor had advised him on what was best to wear. Woody suggested that Nell go to the prom together. At breakfast, Catherine asked her daughter about what she and Woody were doing. The woman didn't like the fact that her daughter was spending a lot of time with her neighbor. In the evening, Nell stopped by Woody's house, but the girl's father said she wasn't home. She kissed the man on the cheek goodbye. This surprised Ted. The neighbor found the friend at the stadium. He released his tension through sports. Nell wanted to talk to the guy, but he was angry about Catherine's words. He admitted that he was worried about the upcoming events. The guys argued and went home. In the morning, Woody went to a job interview at Yale. At the interview, he shared his opinion about poetry. At that time, Nell's match started. Woody let the examiner listen to his favorite songs as an example of modern poetry. The game started in the stadium. Neil tried her best to show her boyfriend's professionalism. Woody came to support his friend at the match. He sat on the podium with his parents. The guy liked how his family supported him. Nell was able to confirm Woody's status as the best player of the season. In the corridor, the player was stopped by a scout. The man gave Guy a business card from the university and asked him to contact him. Then a neighbor approached Neil. They talked about how the game and the interview went. The guys realized that they felt sympathy for each other. They confessed that they agreed to live someone else's life if they stayed in each other's body. That's when the magic happened. The team ran up to congratulate the guy. At that moment, they realized that they were back in their bodies again. The friends interrupted the hero's communication. Brianna came up to Woody. The girl congratulated him on his victory. Neil saw the couple kissing. This upset the heroine. The next day, Woody wanted to talk to Nell. Catherine wished the guy a good evening with Brianna. She asked her daughter not to be upset about the guy. The girl was accepted to Yale. Woody got ready to go to the prom. At a party, he was approached by Brianna. The girl informed her boyfriend that her dress was too tight, so she didn't wear panties. Woody wished his girlfriend good health and went to get punch. Harry and Chanel were also on their way to the party. The girl found Brianna's strange panties in her boyfriend's car. Brianna was nervous about the upcoming announcement of the king and queen of the school. The girl went to the bathroom with her girlfriend. Chanel suggested Harry do it in the bushes. She suggested the guy play a game like he was a secret agent and hiding in the bushes. Harry agreed. The guy quickly stripped off his clothes. Chanel took his things and drove off with them in his car. Nell sat on the veranda. Her father came out to talk to her. Tom advised his daughter to go to the ball. He gave his daughter a dress and shoes. Neil was happy to see her father supporting her. The school announced the prom king. It was Woody. Brianna was announced as queen. The boys were going to open the school prom with a dance. However, at the entrance, Woody noticed his roommate. Nell stood in a beautiful green dress. Without noticing anyone, the hero went to the girl. He quoted Shakespeare to her and confessed his feelings. Woody threw out his crown, which was broken by the school handsome boy, and kissed Neil. This infuriated Brianna. The girl wanted to deal with the couple. The hem of her dress was stepped on by Channel. The skirt ripped off, revealing a view of Brianna's buns. The characters left the party. Meanwhile, Harry came into the party. He covered his aubergine with balloons. However, the balloons burst and the guy was left naked. The heroes kissed behind a tree between their houses. Nell admitted that Woody managed to get a job interview instead of her. The heroes' fathers went out on the porch. They were delighted that their children had fallen in love. After a while, Nell told her parents that she wanted to go to university a year late. Catherine was shocked. However, her daughter insisted. The girl jumped into Woody's car. The couple drove off to enjoy life. Write in the comments, what would you do if you discovered yourself in the morning in someone else's body of a different gender? This was the 2006 film The Boy and the Girl. See you in the next retellings.